Hello, everybody. We are about to start our show. Thanks for joining us today. Mr. Baxter, welcome. Let's hope Kyle's in position. And hello, Thaddeus. We are actually starting a little bit earlier today. We are packing to go to the Midwest Game Night event. It's run by the same people that put on Midwest Gaming Classic. That's going to be later this year, November 5th to the 7th. But they're doing a cool, it used to be called Lock-ins, but it's a smaller, more intimate pinball and arcade tabletop gaming show up in Milwaukee. So, but we still wanted to go live for a little bit to talk to y'all. And if you have any tech questions to ask Kyle, now is a great time to do that while he stands down his hotline. Thanks for joining us, Dragger and M. Kuzelman. Warlock Pinball, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, CNC Music Factory is going to be there this weekend, and that's pretty amazing stuff. We will be dancing. Maybe we'll throw it up on the live stream too. Definitely. He's most excited about that. We'll have James Moriarty from Moriarty Media joining us to get some awesome content for a nice overview video of this new event. And oh, Thaddeus just sold his hotline a few weeks ago. And yeah, those rollovers are crazy. I like how they jiggle. Oh my gosh, they're not hearing you, Kyle. What happened? It's just me all by myself. And yeah, CNC should sign the Lethal Weapon 3. So actually, while Kyle figures out his mic issue, they are going to have two Lethal Weapon 3s. So my goal is late Saturday night to do a impromptu heads up tournament. So we'll have our stream have both of the Lethal Weapon 3s, and we'll have little heads up challenges for people to play there. So that should. Oh, he's, he's clicking stuff. He's clicking stuff. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm back. Thank you. What is happening over there? So, Aaron, as soon as Kyle comes back, we will ask you a question about Matahari. Hmm. When you're connected normally to the Elgato, the lavs are turned on, they're not muted. We're in kind of like a scramble mode because we have to get on this flight soon. So, in the meantime, oh, Pin Daddy, your Wi Fi works in the garage. That's awesome. Now you can multitask. Well, hey, uh, stand by real quick. Let me look on my end. You should do, you should do sign. Hmm. Well, it shouldn't be. I'm going to put you here. I can hear you. Oh, you know what? Maybe. We were using this as a playfield camera. Yep. Stand by. Where'd you go? Kyle can sign while working on the pen. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Sandy. Oh, wait. Let's watch him sign. Here we go. There we go. And is your lapel mic on? I don't even see it. It should work now. There's so many options now. All right. And home. Or one word cards he holds up and down. Yeah, could you have a dry erase marker and board and you can just write? Let's see. What is dead? Oh, really? Interesting. Mm. So I can just narrate Kyle's life. Um, Pretty exciting stuff. The best way. Oops.
I'll just keep sanding for a second while you do
Hotline is the Williams prototype for fishtails. Really? You hear him? How do you hear him?
Wait, who can hear me?
Wait, who can
Where?
hear me? Where? Just heard him now. Thaddeus, I feel like you're lying. No, because I hear an echo now too. What about this? Wait.
Oh, joking on a prototype. I was like, how is that even possible? What do you know that we don't know that is? That's funny.
Not from that mic. I think it picked up. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. I think Emoto's microphone on her side is picking up my voice.
There was
You can hear me
something
slightly.
you used to always do with the Elgato capture device. Remember, you used to open it.
And that's what I just did, and that's what killed your sound really quick. So I think DEF CON is we could end the stream. I could try that again and then restart it. Or we can come up. Hey, Steve or Emoto, where's the boom mic? Is it back in that room over there?
Nolan, the Yeti is right there in that Pelican case packed up. So just grab that and plug it in. Solutions for days.
You listen with your heart. You can always hear.
That's great. So while we wait for Kyle, just to remind you guys, we do have our 24-hour free domestic shipping code for orders over $99 or $10 off international. It is PT-pin spotting in all caps. So please take advantage of that. We are here to help. Yes, good point, Thaddeus. He's got to have the right setting so it's cardioid and not capturing everything going on in that busy studio. Huh, maybe it got moved. In the meantime,
The podcaster?
hello, Mr. Loaf. Welcome. Kyle disappeared for a little bit. It's crazy how many different options there are now. Wow, look at that.
I can't find that microphone. I don't see it in that box.
In the podcast studio? Whoa.
I looked in there and I
Midge, can you check the code? The code doesn't seem to be working. We're just gonna have a silent stream today, everybody.
I found it.
That'll work. That wasn't the one I was talking about, but that'll work. Hello, Jim. Welcome. All right, let's see if we can hear Kyle's beautiful pinball technician voice. I'm gonna be spending all night physically with this computer later tonight.
Yeah.
Thaddeus, try using the make sure it's all caps. PT-pin spotting. It should be working. It's for orders over $99. You gotta have $99 at least in your cart for it to work. Kyle, can you say something for us?
Yeah, I can talk now. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You're standing
This was
now.
like a
See, that was
great
that
time.
was what you wanted to hear, was the standing.
I might need to turn it on like unidirectional so it doesn't pick up the laptop behind it.
If the code still works for you.
Maybe that way. Okay.
Alright, and now I will fix the echo.
Echo, echo, echo. Is it better now? I think I may have done something right.
5, 4, 3, 2, lag.
Echo. Okay, we fixed it. I had it on I had it like in unidirectional, so it was picking up the laptop behind it. Well, it's okay, because I didn't have anything interesting to say other than, man, streaming is not easy. What's up with this thing?
How does it feel now?
We have like the smallest streaming curse going on this week. We have to break it.
Yeah, Thaddeus, we love your voters. That's weird that it's not working for you.
Oh. What? Pin spotter?
The bane of
Oh, look at that. And we also gave you the wrong code, so it's pin spotter, not pin spotting. Look at that. All right, now that we have all our stuff together, happy chaotic Thursday. I feel like all this bad luck will mean that all of the flying that I'm about to go do all for the rest of the damn day will be smooth. We've hit enough roadblocks to where my luck can only go up from here, right?
Happy Canada Day, everybody, that celebrate Canada's independence from the Confederacy. Thank you, Thaddeus. I appreciate you helping us out with that.
Yes.
And figure that out. So, Midge is going to make PT pin spotting work as well too. That was definitely a emotive user error. So let's go back. Now that you can hear Kyle, we did have a question for him about Amatahari.
I love that game.
From Aaron. That some of y'all actually were helping with him in the chat, so thank you for that. So Kyle, are you ready?
Yes.
So Aaron has Amatahari. The right flipper does not work. It looks like it wants to move, but it doesn't. Should he completely rebuild the flippers, or is it possible the sleeves is worn out or broken?
No, it's most likely...
What advice do you have?
That sounds like an electrical problem to me. So check your end of stroke switch and make sure your, what's it called? The power winding. Make sure both of the windings, the little wires that come out of the coil and wrap around the lug, make sure that those are attached and not broken. But it sounds to me like you've got a really dirty or otherwise sickly end of stroke switch. So give that a shot. Also, you could check the flipper button wiring, but it seems like, to me that sounds like an end of stroke switch problem, just because it's kind of trying to move. Flipper buttons are thick and they don't usually have those sorts of issues so often. They can, but not all.
Yeah, good luck. Check it out and let us know if you get stuck again, and hopefully we can help you get your game working. Amatahari is such a good game. Do you have the one with the special backglass where there's like text written on her dagger?
George Christensen was a crazy, crazy guy.
What is it?
There's continuity at the flipper button. Yeah, don't worry about the flipper button so much. That's not going to be the problem most likely, but you can clean that switch contact if you would like. But it sounds like more of an stroke problem.
Yeah, there's... All right, he's looking.
So, hey, let's check this out really quick, just for people who are interested in the saga of this ridiculous game. Emoto's messing with my microphone. Can you not hear me?
I couldn't.
Oh.
It's either they can hear you and I can't, or I can hear you. They can.
Check this out.
It's awesome.
This thing is like, you want to put it on the big screen, Emoto?
Yes, I do. I will.
Check this out. It doesn't look like it's screwed up at all. Like, I can't see like any crazy damage or anything. I was nervous to get down through the thick bit at the top here, where it was really caked on, but there's no hole. It doesn't obviously look soft or anything. Like, I have no idea what these dummies did. So, I'm sanding it down until I can see the wood inner spotted with the wood putty, and then I'm switching from 220 to 320 grit. I'm working right now on getting the groove sanded back into the shooter lane. I think when I get to the really gritty part down here where the wood is very porous, I will work on like maybe getting a small pick to try to pick the bit out here. And then the difficult thing is going to be, other than gluing this all back together and getting the plies happy again, re-lacquering it, right? And trying to make the continuity between, you know, this re-lacquered area and what the game actually looks like up here. I'm not that worried about it.
Thank you, sir.
It's gonna be way better than having a bunch of nasty wood putty, but it's just, I'm glad that it's like not insane, because I don't like woodworking projects. So
Yeah, it's like the best case scenario right there, huh?
it really is. It's gonna be a real damn nice hotline once it's all done too. It's just, I love this game. This game is perfect. It's really, really fun. Steve Kordak
Yeah, so
can do no wrong.
Thaddeus said earlier that he's doing the rubbers on Valley Rock Makers, and
That's a great game.
Focus.
I like Rock Makers. All of those 60s or early 70s Valleys are really good as well.
and Mr. Baxter said, be careful with that pick. Maybe it's cracked in that area and they just stopped it up fixing it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any evidence of that yet, so I'm still on optimism train right now. Like, I really don't know. I can't see or think of why anyone would have done this. It's ridiculous. But otherwise, it's going good. We were going to do a little bit more actual work on pinball games today, and then I really hurt my back a few days ago. So doing anything other than standing straight is very painful. So we decided for our short stream where we're just going to talk, I'm going to make progress on this because I'm thinking if I can kind of get this done to a point where we're not sanding on it anymore, we're going to do an EM episode soon. And we'll start working on this game a little bit. It's not going to take much to get working, but I like working on William's stuff. So we could talk about it a little bit. Yeah. I'm thinking though, when we do have a game, my Jack in the Box has a problem that I know what it is, and I'm excited to get. I forget what he goes by on Twitch now. Grumpy EM Doctor, our friend David. He's gonna come in and teach us how to find and fix the problem with Jack in the Box. With this, I don't think we have any problems. Single player games are really simple. They don't have a lot of like crazy scoring mechanics in them. So we should be able to run through this game and get it going really well quickly. So that's kind of what the plan we all sort of agreed on the other day, is what the next bit of content will be on this amazing Twitch channel.
Yeah. And since we are going to the Midwest Game Nights today, it starts tomorrow and it's Friday and Saturday. We are going to impromptu stream a few of the events and happenings going on over there. As well as we'll record some interviews, find some awesome pinball people to talk to, and learn a little bit more about them.
I've never been to the Midwest, like that kind of Midwest before. So I will be meeting all sorts of neat Midwestern pinball lover peoples.
It is in Milwaukee at the Brookfield Sheraton Hotel. Oh, what's up, B. Smith? That guy, B. Smith. He's a local, right?
Yeah.
I got my transmission hat on. You can legally drink beers in public in Milwaukee. Did you know that, Kyle?
Sounds great. It sounds like where I need to be.
That's awesome. Thanks for coming. Kyle is sanding hotline. He is getting this nasty wood putty off of the shooter lane and is finding that it's not as bad as he thought it was. In our last episode before the Mandalorian stream last week, it was like, almost
we were
an inch, a little less than an inch of thick wood putty, and he was just sanding it down, not knowing what he was gonna find, and we're all just silently watching him sand.
Apparently,
it was
people
kind of
enjoyed
mesmerizing
it.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
And now he's getting to the end of it.
Well, last week we got
town.
through at least like where the ball exits the shooter, or into the shooter lane, right? And like that's where I was thinking the damage would be, just because the wood was a bit soft. So, you know, there was still the other half of this lane to uncover, and I still had apprehensions, right? I've worked on people's games. I think it was a Stern Viper, and someone left the game on the kickstand for a long time or something. But Stern used these super pointy, instead of having like a blunt prop stick, they were seriously sharp, and it just dug through the playfield.
Thanks for stopping by, Jim.
So there's like a big old hole in the shooter lane, and it was really depressing, and fixing that was not fun. But this, I still have no idea what's going on. I think there was a little bit too much moonshine, and someone thought they had a really good idea. So.
Oh yeah, so in the rush and all the fun technical hurdles we are constantly jumping over, I'm not wearing my awesome Marco blue shirt, but I have this really cool pinball diagram shirt. Have you seen this one before, Kyle?
That is a really neat shirt.
Isn't that dope?
I'm wearing my, I saved all my Marco shirts to wear at MGC, so I am wearing the CCPL shirt, one of my favorites, the Capital Corridor Pinball League. Shout out to all of my friends in Sacramento that probably aren't watching that play in this league. And thank you for the shirt. I'm an honorary member because I would fix their games. It shows all the time, so. But yeah, this is very, very, for all the annoying things going on today and in our streaming issue saga the last couple days, makes me really happy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm glad you're feeling better. We were worried Kyle was going to be laying in bed for the next week.
Oh, yeah, me too. Well, maybe I will be after I get back. I'll just put too much stress on my back, and then I'll need to go and be bedridden, but we'll see.
Actually, Pin Daddy, you're in the States, right? Maybe that... Where are you ordering from? Because that could be a thing.
This is the hard part because it's getting so fine. All of the... I don't want to sand into the wood too hard. But I'm also losing a lot of my surface area to spread the sandpaper around. Let's see. I think there is going to be a Mandalorian premium at this show, correct, Emoto?
Yes. I can't wait to play.
Excited to give that a shot after playing the Pro a bit over the last week or so. I will definitely we'll try to get some good video of that wacky upper playfield, and maybe we can report our findings when we get back to town next week.
Pin Daddy, I got you, brother. Check it out now. It should work.
Man, the stream gods are really against us this week, huh?
No. We're just, one of my favorite quotes that Paul, one of the owners, always tells me is the duck swimming in the water. You know, the top of the duck is all like cool and chill, and underneath the water, you see his feet. He's like, ah!
Yep, that's us. Yeah, that was definitely us on Friday. Colin brought up the fact that we had no stream last Friday. That was plagued with every technical difficulty.
Thanks for hanging in with us, Daddy.
Yeah. But we learned something. What we learned, we don't know, but we know we learned something, and we'll be able to put it into practice at some point. And what I learned here is wood filler is evil, and never fill in your shooter lane with it. I think that's the lesson to take away for everyone else as well. I'm seriously thinking that someone just didn't realize there was supposed to be a groove here or something. I don't understand. That's the only thing I can think of right now as to why someone would have done this insane thing. But whatever. What are you laughing at, Steve? No. Nothing.
Me? He's laughing at me. Oh, man.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is, I guess like the now other thing I'm concerned about is getting this corner out. I have a tool that it's like a square on one side and a triangle on the other, and it's like a beveled knife, right? So you can actually drag it along and maintain like a 90-degree corner. I might need to use that to really clear out this corner here instead of like sanding it down to a ledge. I'm going to try to do that, but it's also not going to bother me that much even if I do bevel it out. There is a rail that goes right here to guide the ball up the shooter lane, but we'll see. I don't have like a ton of patience. So these sort of things, like, I always feel like I do a really good job, and then I get to the end and I lose all my patience and I just want it to be over and I start getting sloppy. I'm going to try not to do it on this sort of a project.
Yeah, definitely. Yay, Pin Daddy, thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Ooh.
All right.
All right, M. Quizzleman wanted to know if the LED kit on the site for Attack from Mars is good. Do you like these LEDs, Kyle?
Yeah, I do. The supplier we get those from does, they do have some good LEDs. I think it's like, with LEDs though, you do have where it becomes like a personal preference thing. Sometimes those kits do have color lights in the GI, but you know, if you don't like some of those colored lights in the GI, just go get some regular warm whites or cool whites and substitute them out yourself. But the inserts on those things definitely look good. You will not be disappointed. They're good LEDs, good quality LEDs. They're all frosted bulbs. They do look very good. But, you know, me personally, I don't care for colored GI. You might love it, and it might look great on your game. So there's that's my opinion. It would be a great thing to use your free shipping code on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think it's time to shift down to a gentler grit, and then I will need to use some sort of a tool to get the edges a little better. Geez, look at that.
Unicorn puke GI for the win. I love rainbows. Nolan has a fun paragraph I'm going to read out for you. Dear Kyle.
Hello.
The disc on my Gophers has little tabs that pass through an opto switch. I think that the tabs are supposed to freely pass through the optos, but it makes contact and sounds awful when it spins. Is there a way to adjust the wheel side to side? Or is it supposed to sound like a nightmare?
It's not supposed to sound like a nightmare.
That's supposed to sound like a nightmare.
So that wheel's attached to a motor, and the way they attach that motor to the wheel to the shaft of that motor is using a set screw. And when you're threading something metal into plastic, the metal always wins. So the plastic will start to crack after a while. And wait, No Good Gophers. Are you talking about the spinny disc? Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about Elvira for a second with the Selecti wheel. Goodness, a nightmare. So I guess it depends on what kind of nightmare. Does it sound on metal nightmare? Your motor might start to be exploding.
I think the plastic is hitting the optos. The interrupts are actually hitting the optos.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think about how that happens. I don't remember how that spinner is attached to the shaft of the motor. What I was thinking about though, like on a game like like Comet or Scared Stiff or something like that, the shaft or the collar where it goes around the motor shaft, it cracks. On No Good Gophers, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, like, the motors are kind of loud. Most motors are louder than you think they are when you get the game in your house, especially when you have the glass off. But if it sounds like a nightmare, I'm thinking that if the interrupters are hitting the optos, that's bad. So just look for your play. Where's the play at, you know? Is it side to side, up, down? What is causing that? Is something loose in the motor? Is something loose on the disc? Did the whole thing just actually become loose? It just needs to be repositioned and tightened, you know? Yeah. That's my answer. Did that sound like an exhausted answer? Exhaustive answer? Maybe. Are you still there?
Paul says, I think that disc is ungodly loud.
They can be.
And yep, old school EMs. Ooh, yeah. He's working on a hotline, sanding down the shooter lane that someone put a lot of wood putty on.
For seemingly zero reason, which is extraordinarily frustrating. So, I think we will be able to repair it and bring it back to new. It'll just take some time. The rest of the playfield is really nice, though, so it's going to be a treat once
Colin
it's all
said
done.
he would, for that Gophers, No Good Gophers, he said he'd check the motor too. He doesn't think the opto wheel would make a super loud sound.
Yeah, I think if the opto interrupter was actually hitting the optical things, you'd probably end up, it would probably stop the motor depending on where it was making contact, you know?
What's up, Flip Biscuit? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, check the position of
I'm
everything.
glad you remembered your Twitch name so you could join us on Twitch. Good to see you. I think I got my transmission hat on today. Nolan says if the plastic wheel hits the opto switch and he can't find a way to adjust it side to side. But a new wheel and opto switches too.
So was it making noise before or after you put new stuff in, or both? Because if you didn't, try to isolate it, right? Take the disc off, run it without the disc. Is it making a lot of noise? So there you know what your problem is, right? It's the motor. I would, again, the easiest way to kind of identify some of these things would definitely be to just remove the entire assembly and look at everything. And sometimes things become very apparent when you take them out and get to see them from a different angle or with light, etc. I can spin it by hand and make it hit. Send me some pictures. There's obviously something goofy going on.
Yeah, are you in our Discord? Are you in our Discord group, Nolan? That would be a great place to send pictures and all of us in there, you know, the grand all of us, because I probably won't be able to help, but there are awesome brains in our Discord group that might be able to help you out.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I really don't know No Good Gophers too well. I don't know why, but that's a game that I just never worked on often enough. I've never actually torn one all the way apart. I can tell you what, I hate working on that game every time I do have to touch one. I don't know why. It's a game like I just irrationally hate for some reason.
We have a very important question for you.
Oh, I'm terrible at those.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is from that guy, B. Smith. Says, how much beer do you need in order to help fix his arena? And my next question is, can we have him bring his arena to our studio and y'all fix it together on our show?
I think that would be a great idea, except for I know where that game is, and it is up many stairs.
Well, bring it down.
Okay, you can come and help bring that game. That would be fun.
I'll be there at the end of the month.
I think what we had was, I remember I was talking to B. Smith about this, and he had the out-hole kicker coil on his arena go bad. So he replaced the coil, and it stayed locked on. So what that tells me is you had a melted coil, and you did the right thing by replacing it. But what was the reason that coil melted? That coil should not be on longer than just an instant. So what happened was one of his transistors, the drive transistor, died, or something like that happened. So what causes that? It's kind of like the chicken or the egg situation a few times. You had a burnt out coil, but what caused the burnt out coil? Right, the transistor died. So the transistor died, shorted to ground, and kept the coil activated, which kept it on for a really long time, which started to melt the coil, which then blew the fuse and then made the coil inoperable. So, usually the way this goes is someone will be, oh, I've got a blown fuse. You'll replace the fuse, it'll explode again. Oh, what the heck? Okay, what's wrong with the coil? Oh, it's melted. Let me replace the coil. Let me replace the fuse again. And it stays locked on. That's a real common occurrence. But yeah, so we need to replace a transistor on one of his boards. We'll figure it out. I'll stream from his living room.
So maybe you could just bring the board.
Maybe, yeah. That's not fun, because then you're just like, yep, we put a new transistor on. Now, we can't put it in the game and try it. I don't have any Gottlieb System 80 games in here to test the board on, But, we'll think about something.
That guy, B. Smith, get the game to our studio, and I will make Kyle work on the game. Beers or no beers.
Yeah, bring it on over. Just start bringing it down the stairs now. Brian O'Neill says something. Can I have Kyle and Emoto come over? Yes?
Yes, we would love to come do a remote repair session.
I would love to. We can drink beer. We can fix pinball, play pinball. It'll be just like...
Kyle is indeed a true pinball wizard. Yes.
I'm not going to blow. I keep making the mistake of blowing the dust away, and that just makes a gigantic mess.
Yes.
This is starting to look really good, man. I have no idea.
Oh, Christopher Doyle's in here. Hey, Christopher, thanks for joining us. He said, I'd like to say on the behalf of San Antonio and the Herrera family, thank you and the whole pinballs community for their support. He's talking about the pinball benefit for Gilbert Elijah. He's a young little flipper suffering, going through childhood leukemia, and everyone, especially in the San Antonio pinball community, has been rallying together to help the family pay for those medical expenses.
It's incredible.
So we're doing our part to help that too, and this month we'll be getting a Mandalorian LE put into Bang Back Pinball Lounge, and that and several other games that Marco does a route for at Bang Back will be donating their coin drops to that family as well. So, they still have, I'm going to drop in their PayPal donation link. It's still going on for a few more days to July 4th. So if you guys can donate, if you change, you're going to buy Starbucks coffee, maybe give it to this family instead. Medical expenses never end with something like this. And, that's what having a community is all about, helping each other out. Thank you for posting that.
It's amazing to see the Austin crew come through, and or just like everyone in Texas, right? Like I know the fine folks at Fliptronic did a amazing benefit stream.
Yeah, and they raised so much money on their stream too. I don't know how they did it. They're amazing people.
Someone asked if I was a pinball wizard, and no, I'm not.
Yes. Let's help them get to their goal. Okay, I can find that. Hello, Captain Zanzibar. Thanks for joining us.
Nice.
We are sanding today.
Yeah, we're doing a bit of sanding, and I'm going to try to get the shooter rod uncovered. There is a bit of like chunkiness right here, but that's like where a ball has been getting spat out for 50 years almost. and it's not that bad. So unless there's like a massive amount of damage trapped under this like 1/2 inch section right here, this is ridiculous. It's more frustrating now. I'm really happy that it's not super boned up, but it's just like, WTF, mate. What are you doing?
Thank you, Christopher DeLu. You are doing an awesome job of helping everyone out in the community. Marco at PinFest in July from Adams 40. Yes, we will be at PinFest in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and we are very excited. We'll have a nice little space selling off a bunch of parts. It will be our only show this year that we are bringing parts to. So other shows that we're going to, we will have, free shipping codes and stuff to help y'all out, but we're not going to be traveling with merch. So if you're in Pennsylvania or the surrounding area, or you want to take a trip up there, meet us at Allentown. We're
Yes.
going to meet Mr. Loaf for the first time in person, and Kyle and I are very excited for that too.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to put him to work.
So we'd love to see more of y'all there too.
We're gonna be
To
slanging
work.
parts, and it's kind of a fun show too because we are going to be bringing parts that are slightly damaged, right? So parts that maybe got a
They're
little scratch.
discounted parts. Discounted parts.
You got a bunch of Bally coin doors that might have a little scratch in them or something that we couldn't sell for full price on the website. So definitely a good place to buy slightly
turn
marred
25,
parts for a good deal.
hotel room. Yay! It is gonna be like a bat out of hell. Oh, Brian O'Neill will be at PinFest too.
Oh heck yeah!
So we got Brian, we got Mr. Loaf, we got Karen. Who else is coming? That's amazing. Adams.
Dang.
I assume you're coming if you're asking. Will you be bringing playfield glass? Oh, I think yes. Right?
I don't know how much playfield glass we'll bring, but I think what you can do is if you pre-order it, we can hand deliver it.
Thanks, Mr.
I'm not
Loaf.
100%
Those are
sure,
bright
so
eyes.
don't quote me on that.
Yeah, and Captain Zanzibar, Jordan, and Rebecca are definitely some of the real ones. I just want to
Hey, don't forget about
say
me.
that out loud.
Also, I'm going to go see Bright Eyes with you, so I'm going to ditch everybody, and we're both going to go see Bright Eyes.
What?
You're gonna be too tired to go to
Is that?
Brian.
No.
Yes. you will.
Ugh.
Well, Kyle's fired from the Marco TV team because he's gonna go.
Come on, you don't
Outside.
want to go see Bright Eyes? It's going to be like 2008 all over again.
Is that Connor?
Yeah, I might have to be doing my walkabout mini golf league on that night. Brian O'Neill asked if we have a Frontier apron. Please bring it.
Negative. I wish we could I wish we had all sorts of aprons. I really need a Dolly Parton apron right now. But might end up having just to put a decal on it.
Yeah,
call it a
we
day.
can't wait for the border to open so we can hang out with you too, Pin Daddy.
Me too.
808 asked, how hard is it to install a dollar bill acceptor in an old school pinball machine?
It's not easy. It's a lot easier on a newer game. It's not hard though. It's harder to find the correct dollar bill acceptor for those old games. You've got two different kinds of dollar bill acceptors. One's called an up stacker. So the dollar bill goes in at the bottom and then goes up. Then you've got down stackers, which go in from the top and stack down. Most of the old Williams games use down stackers, and that doesn't exist anymore, really. It's an old, weird style. So,
Kyle, what's BTB and M?
Between the buried and
between the buried
Between the
and
Buried and Me? Oh my gosh, they're gonna be there?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go to that show.
Yeah, let's not
They're
do
from
pinball.
Georgia,
Let's just go
aren't
see
they?
music.
Yeah, let's go. I'll bring my red bandana, and we'll be hardcore kids again.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. Well, we've got our itinerary set, so we need to find more people to work the booth.
Yeah. In North Carolina? Okay, I know they're from the South. We used to always go to this place called Swayze's in Georgia, and Between the Buried and Me would go down there, and a bunch of other bands Mastodon, I think Mastodon's from Georgia.
I'd like to go see Mastodon
Fugazi.
again.
It's a great show.
That's a great
Yeah.
band.
That was the early college years. I hung out a lot with the hardcore music community.
I remember those days.
Yeah, I was more of a progressive metalhead listening to like Dream Theater and Blind Guardian or Dragon Force, like fantasy metal. But the crowds kind of hang out together. So
Yeah,
I learned a lot about the hardcore music scene too.
I
can
think
rage in a mosh pit.
I was more into the like newer progressive
Hobbit
metal too.
rock,
Like,
exactly.
did you ever listen to the band ISIS?
No.
I really
I
liked a
should
band
know.
called ISIS, and that
Hello, Molly Hatchet. Thanks for joining us and thanks for the subscribe.
Hobbit rock.
Appreciate
What is
Hobbit
Hobbit
rock,
rock?
yeah.
Fantasy metal.
I'm all
Oh.
about the Hobbit rock, man. Fantasy
Yeah, yeah,
metal.
yeah. Hobbit rock. Huh. I wonder if the hobbits did have electricity, if they would be metalheads.
Pin Daddy says, ever notice how tedious it is cleaning coil wrappings? Or maybe I'm the only one OCD enough to clean those. Do you clean your coil wrappings, Kyle?
No,
How do you
not
clean
really.
coil wrappings?
I was like, I'll. Yeah,
What are
okay,
your
it depends.
tips?
It depends
And
on the
then-
game. Most of my games I don't care about, but if it's like, especially if it's like a customer's game where it's like, ooh, like that would look so much better if it was clean, I will, but I don't care for the most part. You know what though? It's always nicer to work on something clean. So whenever I'm teaching people stuff, it's like, just clean as you go. So if you're taking a flipper apart, get your nasty rag and clean all the crap off of the flipper, clean the coil, clean the bracket, clean the linkage, and put it back together, right? I was working on a customer's home use only Twilight Zone a couple months ago. Dude, like he actually still had the panel of the box when he bought that game 30 years ago. And it's like, that's a game I'll wipe the coil brackets off on, right? But most of this stuff, nah.
Nice. Adams asked, never seen all these tools that you're flashing online in our little cute little product wheel over there. Yes, if you go to our website, markopen.com, at the top bar you can hit shop by category, and in that drop down menu at the very bottom you hit tools, and you can see a list of hand tools, moving tools, test equipment, and a lot of those come from the hand tools section.
We have a lot
All
of
the
very
good
clever
stuff you
tools
need.
on our website that are extraordinarily useful.
Indeed.
Okay, so this part of the shooter lane is starting to fall apart a bit, so I do want to be gentle. And I guess maybe that's the only reason why someone may have done this, but that is so normal to have that kind of wear in this area. Again,
Yeah, and the socket sticks are back in stock. The long-awaited, everyone's favorite stick. The socket cleaning stick. Let's get the close-up of Kyle sanding. And Kyle, have you ever been to Munoz Gym in Bakersfield to watch them?
no. I don't think I ever really spent
missed
any
out. He wasn't old
quantitative
enough.
time in Bakersfield.
No.
Why? What is it called?
Munoz Gym?
No, Bakersfield was really far away from where I lived, and there's really nothing in Bakersfield. I'm sorry if any of you live in Bakersfield, but it's true.
PinTech Live is life. Thanks, Funky Fresh.
Wow, why thanks.
I'm glad you're joining now and not at the beginning of the show. We were still struggling with life. But thanks, everyone. Brian asked, what other pin shows are we going to this year? I would love to tell y'all. We are going to Southern Fried Gaming Expo. So first off, immediately, in an hour, we are headed to Midwest Game Nights in Milwaukee. This is a new, smaller subset of Midwest Gaming Classic. It's a very intimate show, and it's going to be really awesome. And then we are headed to PinFest Allentown at the end of July. That is a great show if you're looking for parts for your games to build, or if you're going to build a homebrew game, that's a great place to go shopping at too. A lot of the vendors all come and bring in overstock and stuff like that. So it's like a big, kind of like a flea market, right? Type of atmosphere. It'll be Kyle and I's first time going to that show, so we're really excited. That's July 29th through the 30th. First?
Dang,
30th?
that's close.
I think it's a 2-day show. Coming right around the corner. And then we're going to Southern Fried Gaming Expo in Atlanta, Georgia, my hometown. And that show is August 20th through the 22nd. That's going to be one of our big shows this year. We are partnered with Classic Game Rooms out of Atlanta, and we'll be bringing about 40 games, a lot of the new Stern titles. So we'll have 8 Mandalorians there and a bunch of the other new games, pros and premiums. It's going to be really exciting. We're stoked for that show. After that, there's one show I can't talk about yet. Kyle, don't mention it. But we will also be we'll be walking to Pinball Expo. So we're not going to be doing anything huge there per se, but you'll see some Marco folks around.
Yep.
Pinball Expo is October 26th through the 30th.
I'm excited for that.
At the same weekend is actually Grand Old Game Room Expo in Nashville, Tennessee. And they just moved to a much bigger facility. It looks gorgeous. We will not be going to that this year, but if you are in the Southeast and can't make it to other shows, Grand Old Game Room Expo would be awesome. Don't forget to check out Game Terminal and all the other cool arcades in the Nashville area that are there now. And then we will also be going to the official Midwest Gaming Classic, which is their big show up in Milwaukee. That's November 5th to the 7th. And I believe we will end our show run this year at Houston Arcade Expo.
That's
Another one of our favorite shows. Not last year, but in 2019, Scott Denisi was DJing at night, and everyone had lightsabers and party favors, and that is such a fun show to go to. The Texas pinball community really awesome in whole is just awesome. Yeah. Yes. Keith Christensen, one of the founders of Houston Arcade Expo, also plays his band, and they are super killer too. Great show. So we'll have a handful of games there too for everyone to play. So yeah, it's a much smaller show circuit this year, but we're doing what we can, and we hope to see you all at all these shows too.
I'm gonna try possibly to go to the VFW show in Michigan also. If those tickets do open up and I am able to get one, I'm going to try to go to that as well. So I don't know, Colin was talking about it. I really want to meet Clay, and I want to see his collection of stuff. So that's something that's kind of on my radar also.
Which show was that?
The VFW in Michigan.
Oh, nice. The Ann Arbor show?
Yeah, it's in Ann Arbor. I think they're going to open it up to tickets soon.
There is PinTastic. Yeah. There are lots of shows going on this year. You can find the shows. All the pinball shows are listed on pinballcalendar.com, or also Pinside. If you frequent Pinside, they have a list of shows there too. What is PinTastic? PinTastic is...
Damn, look at this. This is actually pretty rad.
And I will also be making a very impromptu pop-in Sunday morning at Pinagogo. So I'll be over there.
Say hi to all my friends for me.
Yeah, I'll just walk up to every single person I don't know and say, Kyle Spiteri says hi.
Just look for TJ and Chris and Darren and Dawn.
Yeah, PinTastic New England at Sturbridge is November 18th through the 21st. A mass hole gathering. I'm not even sure what that means, but it's a good show. Oh, and then there's Cleepin That show is going to be happening, I believe, in November as well. There's a lot of shows going on this year. The White Rose Game Room show.
That's in Pennsylvania, right?
These are ones we're not attending, but they are happening. Yeah. Free Play Florida is in November. Cincinnati. That's the Cincinnati Pinball Show is in December.
You don't say.
Oh, thanks, Midge. Wow. Hey, that's not nice. I like Massachusetts. Mr. Love says,
Chad says,
I hear that the
VFW is
upper
amazing.
playfield,
Good.
upper playfield on Black Knight and Black Knight 2K is really intuitive and easy. Anyone own a Black Knight 2K? Just wondering what it's like working on a machine with an upper playfield. Also, it must be challenging to keep the lanes and orbits underneath in good shape. Seems like they'd be a good candidate for Mylar.
Dude, Black Knight 2000 is the best pinball machine with an upper playfield. It's seriously one screw, and then it pivots up, and you can access everything. It's pretty amazing. There's even like a prop rod and everything for it to hold it up in a service position. It's incredible. I was working, we had a Black Knight, a Stern Black Knight that had a problem when we took it out of the box at the California Extreme Show in 2019, I think. And who happens to be standing over my shoulder while I'm taking the game apart is Steve Ritchie himself. And he was like, "You're trying to figure out how to take that playfield off, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I didn't get Williams money to make this upper playfield, but I still made it only 4 screws." So you can take the Stern Black Knight playfield off in only 4 screws, which is really awesome. The original Black Knight is a giant pain in the butt, and you don't want to have to do that unless you really have to. But yeah. Someone needs to make a video of how awesome Black Knight 2000's playfield is, if that doesn't exist already. But that was kind of fun to have Steve Ritchie help me take that thing apart. Thank you, Steve. And then he told me my maker's mark was a Sissy's bourbon. So, thank you, Steve. Okay, so check this out. I know that we're getting close to when we need to be done, so shut up. Okay, ban that guy. Bad out of Hell by Meatloaf, ban that guy. No, just kidding.
Oh.
He only likes fancy whiskey because he's got that New England budget to buy. No, just kidding. So look at this thing, man. It's like. Let me turn the light down.
Is the ring light on?
Yeah, I'm turning the light down.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like crap because it's all, you know, powdery and sanded down right now, but like there is no massive damage. I mean, we've got these crackies here, but that's not like a cracked shooter lane. I'm pretty sure all that's normal. This is the worst damage, but that's very normal also for a 60s game that's had, you know, again, untold bazillion balls kicked out. Like, this is really weird. I was not expecting it to be this kind of shape. It has no issue. So now the painstaking part happens where I need to go in and try to work as much of this crap out as I can. Because when I go back in to lacquer over this to darken it up and strengthen it back up, the color variation is going to be massive. You know, it'll look like dark wood, and then that will look very bright. So I might need to go in with like a little bit of wood stain and try to run a teeny paintbrush over any of the bits I cannot get to make it look dark when I put the lacquer over it, which will then like even the color out to be more like, you know, this color here. Shooter lanes always look different for some reason, but I don't know. I'm pleased. How do you make a happy Kyle? Make his work worth it. How do I do a camera? There we go. Where's
Nice
it going?
shot.
It's weird trying to adjust it, watching it backwards. There we go. Shoegaze cam. Heck yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, this is cool, man. I'm pretty sure that, again, as long as I can, is that the powers that be give me time to work on this a little bit more and at least get the dusty part done, we will totally be able to flip this thing over and work on problematic points and do like the preliminary work before we jump in and do the actual work, right? I'm pretty sure this game worked. The guy who sold it to me said that it worked. I never plugged it in to try it because it doesn't matter. Even if it works, might not work all the way. I want to work through it the whole way, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Thanks for joining us. We're a bit early today, and we'll be signing off early too.
Yes, soonly.
Unfortunately. Soonly.
Because I have to go on an airplane.
Oh, did you see that? Aaron said try Lone Star 1835 bourbon. Is that the one with the bolo tie? So when we went to Houston Arcade Expo in 2019, we bought some sort of whiskey because it had the little bolo tie attached to it, and Kyle wore it all weekend.
The bottle, the bag it came in had like a big old like Texas on it, or is the Texas flag, and then the bolo tie that was wrapped around it was just a Texas with a star on it, and it was crap. It was bad whiskey, but it had a bolo tie, so I had to buy it.
Yes, we are going to Midwest Gaming Nights, which is why we will be signing off earlier than later, because we have to all jump on a plane in a few hours.
Yes.
Well, we still wanted to stream. This is our favorite day of the week.
Keep our Twitch analytics happy.
Learning some pinball. Lewis, will you be at MGN this weekend?
Kevin Moore says glue. I think I might actually try something too. I might try putting a little bit of glue over this bit that's like really busted right here. Like very gently spread a teeny bit of super glue over it. Try to harden it up. But I will be gluing the laminate back together. I'll be getting some thin pieces of something and then trying to shove as much super glue as I can inside the plies on the side of the playfield that are kind of falling apart, and then clamping it down. Oh, I see David's here. There's no damage to this shooter lane at all.
Hello, David.
So I am very happy clam right now.
Oh, the West isn't going to MGN.
No bolo.
Mr. Lowe says, y'all think I'm super fancy, but really it's just that I'm super cheap.
Skinflints don't drink girls' night.
I don't know, man. I think that it's pretty, I mean, I don't know. I buy it at Costco where I can buy like a liter bottle or the 1.5 liter bottle for like $40. So I'm just happy to sit there and sip on it with just a little bit of ice. And it's really nice on a super hot day on the porch. Just saying, man. You best come down and try it before you start talking smack. Did that sound country? Okay, I admit my Costco membership belongs to my family, but yeah, I do take advantage of it. Hey man, Costco membership is totally worth it when you want to buy stuff in bulk. I really like almonds because I don't know. And they cost like $10 for a giant bag of almonds. It's delicious. Okay, I guess I'm fancy now. I guess I'm gonna have to only drink martinis and hold my pinky up all the time. I'll have to buy a horse. I'll have to go move to Camden and start doing like fox hunts or whatever they do out there. I think the only way to be fancy is to have like be like one of those like daughters of the American Revolution or something, or you know, it's like we're fancy people.
It's daughters of the Confederacy.
Yeah, good point. It's that other daughters of that we're not going to talk about on this show. But I guess they're fancy too. Emoto's like, what the heck are you going on about? Okay,
I
hold
don't
on.
know.
I gotta defend my Costco position now.
I went out. We're doing all the.
No,
planning.
dude, seriously.
Last minute planning.
The first off, the Kirkland brand toilet paper is not one ply, so thank you very much. Also, I can go to Costco and buy a thing of toilet paper, and that's like enough toilet paper for the entire year. It's amazing. Same with paper towels, and same with snacks. I like snacking. Come on. Oh, yes, I was referencing Gilmore Girls, Mr. Meatloaf. So.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
That's what you're referencing? I
So
would never get that.
in South Carolina, there are many archaic laws, and one of them being that liquor stores need to be separate from everything else, and you can't buy it on Sunday. But
Thank you for the
I think you need the Costco membership to get liquor here. They have a separate liquor store. I still find that very strange.
Wow, all the Costco hacks.
Costco's great, man. They're a good company. They treat their employees right. They sold pinball machines for a hot minute. They sold the Iron Maiden, or not Iron Maiden, the Iron Man Home Edition. I think they also sold the Transformers Home Edition too. The silver bet balls seem to magnetize too fast. Yes, they do. The way to achieve that kind of a surface, a very shiny surface, involves things that tend to be more magnetic than others. So that is a common problem. It's funny though, because some games it doesn't make a difference, and some Silverjet batches don't magnetize as bad as others. But if you, the best suggestion is to buy the standard pinball. They're not as shiny, but they do not magnetize nearly as fast. I've run Silverjet balls in my Twilight Zone for a long time, and I've never had them magnetize. I think the magnetizing issue is definitely exacerbated in games that have troughs, where the balls have a divot to sit in and they're all next to each other. It seems to make it worse. You wouldn't even want those Iron Mans because it's like the worst version of Iron Man. That happened once. We had a customer call us and was like, I've got an Iron Man pinball machine I want to sell. It's like, okay, we'll buy it. Well, how much? $2,000. Like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll be there in a minute. And then you get there, don't ask for pictures, and it's the Iron Man Home Edition. And you got to be like, yeah, actually, I'm sorry, I don't really want this one. Sorry. But I think that couple actually had a really awesome CRT TV that I took for free. So thank you, random people in Mountain View. In Texas, you can buy beer and wine inside, but hard liquor is separate. Yeah, same here. Ooh, a bidet. I don't want to talk about bidets on PinTech, but I really want one too. Some shooter lane chipping happened.
More questions for Kyle? Pinball repair questions, because it might be soon where he needs to start packing up all these cameras and headed to the airport.
I'll answer these last couple questions. There was not a lot of lane chipping. What someone did was actually fill the entire shooter lane in wood filler for zero reason whatsoever from what we can tell. So I've tried to sand it all off and there's like no apparent damage, which is very odd. So what I'm doing now is just cleaning the rest of it off and trying to get rid of as much as I can before I go in and seal it, and then we fix the game and enjoy it. Is the Home Edition and Vault Edition the same thing? No. The Home Edition of Iron Man had a reduced solenoid count. It still ran on the SAM system, but the cabinet did not have a coin door. It did not have a lot of flashers. It did not have the raise-up guy. What's that guy in the middle?
Ironmonger.
Ironmonger. It didn't have that. So it was just a reduced build of material game with a unique cabinet that was meant to try to spur home sales. Because at that time, Stern was still not selling many games to the home. That was their first foray into it, right? The home editions are still very successful, but a game like Star Wars The Pin is a lot better rounded, more... it's more exciting, I guess, than like Iron Man Home. I don't know. What am I preserving? Oh wow, look at all this chatting now. Where you got the bidet talk going now.
What do you think of the Mandalorian? Oh, it's awesome.
Mandalorian is awesome.
You guys should check. If you didn't see our stream last Thursday, Adams, where we had Brian Eddy, the designer, and the lead engineer, Tom Capera, on the show, they showed us all the ins and outs of making that game, which was really cool.
Oh.
So you should definitely check that out.
Yeah, go watch that. I think it was a good stream. I was a little anxious, and it might show, but Brian and Tom were great to talk to. AB Flips mentions another good thing. The playfield is also particle board instead of birch. So another way to just slightly cheapen it.
Right. Yeah, you should jump out of the bathroom window and come hang out Friday night.
Oops. I just
or
collapsed
Saturday
my
night.
rotisserie a teeny bit. I saw another question I wanted to answer. Pinball122 says,
oh, hey, Pinball122.
Player 2 score on is super bright on a System 80 game. Those displays are really unique. I think they only run on 2 voltages. They don't run on a very high voltage like Williams and Bally did. I think they run on like 80 or 60 volts with a 9-volt filament voltage. I would say first off, just make sure that you've got good connectivity on your edge connectors to all of those things. But I don't know the answer to that, but I want to give you some things to look at. The normal problem I know of with those Gottlieb displays is they actually go quite dim. So what you can do, I know that one technique is people will hook up like a 9-volt battery for like 30 seconds or something like that to the filament. And what that does is like burn off all the crap on it, which will brighten the display back up. But if yours is going a lot brighter, I just double check voltages and make sure the connections are secure and clean. If you've got like a dirty connection on the circuit board between the pin, it might come weird.
Yeah, Adams, we are really excited to play the Mandalorian Premium. And one of the things we didn't get to try out last week, which I really wanted to do, was all the different new multiplayer features. So like when you hold in both of the flipper buttons, it activates a couple different multiplayer modes. And one of them's like everyone versus the beast and stuff like that. So it's like a 3 versus 1 type of gameplay, and then some other co-op gameplay stuff. So I'm really excited to dive into that and see what it's like, when.
Yeah, that'll be hella cool. We'll definitely have to give it some time when we're in Milwaukee in 7, 9, 10 hours, whenever we'll actually be there.
Yeah, 4-hour drive plus Chicago traffic is no bueno. We understand. Maybe next time. We'll be at Midwest Gaming Classic in November too, so you have plenty of time to get all of your arrangements for everyone up in the Midwest to come to that show. Oh, Crystal came here to see my face. She's like, hey, we gotta get on a plane soon. Check your Slack.
Oh boy, first time back on an airplane in a very long time. Oh, I am so happy. I am over the moon because now we have Hotline, or we will have Hotline to play soon. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be a really fun game to stream, that's for sure. It's so weird with the teeny little flippers too. Crystal does not like flying. Uh-oh. Well, maybe hopefully you're sitting 1 seat away from me if your stomach is actually in knots. I'm just kidding. I'm excited to get on an airplane because I like the RJ 900s. They're fun to fly on. I can only imagine how fun it is to fly one of those things. How does Kyle feel about Spooky's Halloween announcement? Good.
Ooh,
I'm glad that they get to make a game that is
that.
right up their alley. I don't really care much for horror movies or anything like that, but it's going to be cool. I know it's going to be awesome because it's...
It is going to be great. It's going to be very scary. You guys are still talking about the days.
Any pinball's good pinball, so if Charlie gets to put out more stuff, that makes me extraordinarily happy. Hey, we're not going to be anywhere near Spooky, but man, that would have been a fun thing to stay an extra day for.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I could convince Charlie to give me the playfield for TNA that has the rollover cutouts for the upper playfield. Did you ever play the original TNA that had all the rollovers in the upper playfield?
Yeah, total annihilation before it got nuked.
I'm sad that I can't take part in this bidet talk.
Why?
I don't want to talk about bidets, but they can. All I know is I want to buy one, that's all.
Yeah, that one also.
Because I'm so fancy.
Right.
Only fancy people have bidets, right? Ty? Jeez. Okay, now that this is devolving into bidet talk, maybe it is time for us to pack up. Thankfully, we're flying out of like the world's smallest airport. So there's like no TSA. You just kind of like walk on and the plane is there, so. They taste weird. Oh my god. Y'all are crazy. I'm so happy we did this. Where would everyone be able to let their pinball freak flag fly if we didn't stream today?
Hey, Flipstream. Airport Hair Care and Tire Center. Wait, what are we talking about? Costco still?
Oh my god.
Or bidets. Bidets taste weird? Maybe it's the setting you're on.
I'll try to see if I can find any Wisconsin beer when I'm up there. I mean, I'd love to come home with another case of New Glarus beer, but I don't think I could do that. But there is a delicious German restaurant very close to the hotel, which we will be going to. So hopefully they have some good German beers there as well. Little company called Pabst. Yeah, I heard about their beer winning an award once. What color was the ribbon? I think it was a yellow ribbon, a gold ribbon.
They had a pinball machine too.
Oh, I love that game.
It was about watermelons. Wait, hold on.
But no. I think the Pabst Can Crusher is my favorite iteration of that machine. It's just a bunch of punks in a van getting drunk. It's like, that's what my life was for the age
Oh look,
of
Turin has a
17
legit
to
question.
24.
Will a playfield warp if it's left on the rotisserie for too long with mechs?
Probably. It is not recommended to leave a playfield suspended too long. I think what I'll end up doing, this isn't going to be on this rotisserie for much longer, but what I would do would be to not have it like this, so the stress wouldn't be right pulling it towards the middle. Maybe put it on its side, so it would be perpendicular to the ground as opposed to parallel, but I wouldn't worry about it too much if it's only on there for a couple days, you know?
Nice. That's good information. Oh, should I bring my soundboard to you for Horror Body? Probably not, right? I'm going to be back in South Carolina soon.
I mean, it just depends on how late you want to stay up tonight trying to get all of our streaming stuff to not have problems like we did a little earlier today.
I did tests on all your gear on Sunday while I was there, and it worked perfectly. And I had 5 cameras running.
I guess I'm just bad luck.
6 cameras running.
We got
on your laptop. It was amazing.
It probably was. What would cause the ball to
Oh
eject
yeah,
when the game
Crystal
is
was
over?
drinking that PBR hard coffee the other day.
Old school EMs. If the ball is over, if the game has stepped over, if you played 5 balls and the thing keeps ejecting a ball, make sure that the game over circuit is working, right? Make sure it's actually stepping into game over. I don't remember how Bally did it. If Bally stepped, you've got like ball 1, player 1, ball 1, player 2, ball 1, player 3. I don't know if, Bally did it. They had a ball in play counter and then a player counter. Make sure it's going into game over. If the game actually never goes into game over mode, it's just going to stay in ball 5 forever. That could be the problem you're having. What I would suggest is maybe you check out the EM repair clinic that Mark Gibson puts on with his wonderful electromechanical game coaches. That might be worth checking out.
Yep, that's Fun with Pinball. I will drop a link to that now.
I'm going to try to go over
really
some
awesome.
EM stuff here. I think Aladdin's Castle is a 2-player game, and I just don't remember the Bally logic 100%. Thankfully, this game is 1-player, and we will be working on this with a much simpler set of logic to it when we start messing with it next week. I was told that it works, but I don't believe it. And I don't need it to work because we can fix it.
Awesome. Well, Kyle, it's about that time to say goodbye to everybody.
Okay, bye.
Next week, I think we're going to do more of this, right?
Who are we going
We're
to raid?
looking ahead. We are going to raid Laser Lows because it looks like because he's awesome, but also he's the only other person streaming pinball right now on Twitch.
Cool.
But also because he's awesome. And he's playing Popeye, everyone's favorite game.
What we'll be working on next week, we'll probably be working on the playfield and working underneath it because I want to get the playfield back into the game.
Crazy.
Spring Break, that's a hilarious game. I have not heard about the updated software, but there's a lot of updated software for those old Gottliebs. You might not be able to do it in the stock computer. You might need to have an updated computer, but I don't know.
Say goodbye.
Okay, I'll talk to y'all about bidets when I'm at the airport. I have plenty of time. Next week you'll be in Florida. Have fun in Florida, Kevin Moore.
Yay, Kevin. I hope it's vacation.
Sorry we're saying goodbye 808, but airports don't wait for me. Thank you. Y'all
They
have
really
fun down in
don't.
Florida
So
too.
seriously, we gotta go.
Okay, bye. Love y'all.
We're gonna raid Laser Lows. Go watch some Popeye. Say hi to Carlos. He's super cool, and we miss you all already. We'll see you next week, and on Discord. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Dr. Nick. Goodbye.